So today I want to talk about the fees you're paying on your investment accounts, like your 401k. This is actually one of my favorite subjects because people have no idea what they're paying in fees on their 401k. And a lot of people think they're actually paying no fees at all. So let's get into it. Make sure to watch to the end because I'm going to share with you a resource that will help you discover exactly how much you're paying in fees on your 401k. And you'll get an invitation to my free masterclass with the US government and Wall Street don't want you to know about saving for retirement. It's a real eye-opener. And I go over alternative ways to save for retirement that are safe, that will outperform your 401k. Now, please subscribe and hit the bell to be notified every time I upload a new video. The truth is that 8 out of 10 people don't know the cost of their 401k plan. And 70% of those think they're paying no fees whatsoever for their 401k. That couldn't be further from the truth. So much of what you pay is buried in the fine print. Ted Benna is best known as the father of the 401k. He created the savings plan with employee pre-tax and employer matching contributions. At the time, he was a retirement benefits consultant, and he based it off a little-noticed new subsection of the tax code provision in the Tax Revenue Act of 1978, paragraph K of Section 401. Congress passed the Revenue Act of 1978, including a provision, Section 401K, that gave employees a tax-free way to defer compensation from bonuses or stock options. That law went into effect January 1st, 1980. Over the years, Benna watched Wall Street and big business pervert the 401k in ways he couldn't possibly predict. He has been saying for years that the creation has turned into a monster that should be blown up. He said these plans have grown so overcomplicated and so fraught with hidden fees and opportunities for bad decisions that they were better at enriching the financial industry than the actual savers. In a 2018 interview, Benna says, "The accounts have an ugly side. Primarily, that they have made mutual fund companies and investment managers rich off fees." He also discussed 3 reasons why we should be very leery of 401ks and IRAs. He cites concerns that the government may change the rules and not in your favor. They tried in 2018. That an impending market crash will wipe out much of what you've saved for your retirement, and that staggering fees can eat up a large portion of your nest egg. Asked what he thinks about 401k fees, he said, "They are unnecessarily expensive. When we started 401ks, the employer paid all the expenses except the investment costs. But in the early 1980s, the fees got bundled, all of them paid by participants. It got worse when investment advice or managed accounts entered the picture, where another layer of fees was stirred into the mix and raised costs, particularly in the smaller plan market. 2% to 3.5% was not unusual." Forbes says the total fees on average for your investment accounts is 3.1%, and some funds are as much as 4.6%. And these fees compound every year you reinvest. John Bogle, founder of Vanguard, said, "Imagine you're in business and you put up all the money. You take all the risk. But your investment partner, who is handling your money for you, gets up to 70% of your profits over the lifetime of your investing." Tony Robbins did a lot of research on his own company's 401k plan because he realized that their original plan was unnecessarily expensive. He says, "Since the 401k came into existence in the early 1980s, it has become the retirement plan of choice for all companies, big and small. You would think that with decades of compounding, baby boomers would be financially set, but not so. Why? Because there's a hole in your investment bucket and it's draining your financial future. What is it? Well, He says Vanguard's founder, John Bogle, who is one of the most respected investment professionals for 60 years, called the problem the tyranny of compounding fees. Your fees are eating you alive. There are at least 17 fees that can be stacked up in the fine print of your retirement savings vehicle. Revenue sharing, expense ratios, wrap fees, soft dollar costs, transaction costs, account charges, redemption fees, deferred sales charges. These include fees to cover the cost of advertising the plans and the companies who run them, fees to pay various investment managers of the fund in the plan, fees to pay various investment managers of the funds in the plan, even fees to cover the cost of buying and selling the underlying stocks and bonds in which retirement accounts are invested. Again, Tony Robbins says, these fees, however, are taken off the top of investment returns or share prices. In other words, the rates of return and share prices reported to you in account statements and plan documents are post-fee. Because of this, retirement and bank account statements contain no evidence of these fees, and thus account holders generally have no inkling how much all of this costs them. In the book, The Retirement Savings Drain, The Hidden and Excessive Costs of 401ks by Robert Hilton Smith, reported that over a lifetime, fees can cost the median income two-earner family nearly $155,000 and consume nearly one-third of their investment returns. A higher income dual-earner household can expect to pay an even steeper price, as much as over $277,000. According to Bloomberg, 401k plans no longer make much sense for savers. The inherent extra return participants enjoyed for many years has almost disappeared because of the changes in tax laws and high fees. And, according to Bloomberg, again, if you have a lifetime of investing, you can say goodbye to half of your investment nest egg in fees. So, where is Ted Bennett putting his money today? He admitted that he has put most of his money into cash value life insurance. He says these plans avoid the dangers that traditional retirement plan accounts face. Another reason he likes this type of plan is because of its tax advantages, and he's not alone. J.C. Penney used cash value life insurance during the Depression to keep his company afloat. Ray Kroc used it during the expansion years at McDonald's to cover payroll when sales were low and his franchisee fees weren't covering it. And Walt Disney used it to purchase the land that Disneyland is on today. More than 3,000 big banks and 85% of Fortune 500 companies buy cash value life insurance by the hundreds of billions in assets as part of their Tier 1 capital, which is the safest money they have. But it also has to be liquid, give them solid growth, and they're not going to lose it in market downturns. This is a proven strategy that has only gotten better over the years, and the fees and costs are minimal, so you don't have to be a millionaire anymore to use it. When you compare a 401k to an IUL, an index universal life contract has no risk to stock market downturns because it is an index product with a ceiling and a floor, so zero risk. There are no annual contribution limits, no age restrictions, easy and penalty-free access to your money, potential market-like returns, money grows tax-free, you get a tax-free income in retirement, no required minimum distributions, you get a death benefit with living benefits, and limited fees if it is structured properly. And by saying that, you really have to be careful about this because there are not many agents who know how to structure this properly. If you'd like more detailed information on indexed universal life insurance, make sure to watch my video, What is Indexed Universal Life Insurance? Here. And I'll put a link down below. Would you like to know how much income your current retirement savings plan will produce and how long it will last? An income in retirement you can never outlive? Tax-free income in retirement? Your retirement savings protected from stock market downturns? Easy penalty-free access to your money? Market-like returns on your retirement savings? Take my masterclass, What the U.S. government and Wall Street don't want you to know about saving for retirement. And I will put a link to that down below. Once you've completed the masterclass, you'll be invited to apply for a free retirement income analysis where you will learn exactly how much income your current investment accounts will produce and how long it will last. This is really invaluable information. If you don't know these numbers, you're literally gambling with your retirement. If you'd like to know exactly how much you're paying in fees on your 401k, Tony Robbins suggests going to showmethefees.com. If this video has been of value to you, please give it a like, make sure to subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified every single time I upload a new video. Also, comment below with your biggest takeaway, and also feel free to let me know what other topics you'd like for me to cover.